Hello, hello, and happy Halloween. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Halloween day. As you can see, I'm Mimikyu today. It's been a long time since I've worn my Mimikyu costume, so here it is. It's back! I technically didn't actually do all of my makeup. I just realized I was supposed to have these squiggly lines by my mouth because, you know, squiggly. But I forgot to, so I just have the rest of my makeup. But now I feel really silly because I forgot that. Because see, I did this costume for Saturday too because I went to a Magic the Gathering Halloween party thing. But I guess I can show you guys a picture of the full makeup. Let me find one for you guys real quick so you can see. Alright, here's one of me in black and white without the hood, but it's supposed to have those squiggly lines. But I forgot, but it's fine. Because it's still pretty fun. I also, after literally like a month and a half of searching just in time for Halloween, I got the trick-or-treat packs. It literally took me so long, but I finally got them, so I'm really stoked about those. I don't think we've had anything else added to the board other than that, but I'm gonna go ahead and start this stream by opening one of these up. Oh wow, that opens really easily. Well, let's take care of the bot real quick. Fun. So many bots lately. It's been pretty silly. Oh my goodness, they're so cute! The trick-or-trade booster bags. Amazing. Alright, let's see what I can get for pack number one. We have Trevenant, Phantom, and Ghastly. So I guess the pack trick is one from the front to the back. But they're pretty cute. I like the little pumpkin Pikachu for the picture. I guess we can sleeve Trevenant up since that one's a hollow foil. There we go. Alright, well, let's set the rest of these somewhere where they're not just in a pile on my desk. Let's see, make some room for them next to the Silver Tempest. Perfect. I mean, honestly, just the art on the packs is adorable too. I love that. Wonderful. Alright, let me quickly check to see if we've gotten any orders. And then, if not, we can get to vibin'. Oh. What in the world is PayPal doing again? PayPal likes to make my life as difficult as possible at all times. Always. Never can be easy with PayPal. Come on, PayPal. Alright, I don't think we've got any orders yet, so for now, we can just vibe. Maybe I should take a quick second to fix my makeup. I'm gonna do that. I'll be back in like 20 seconds. Alright, I'm back. I finished my makeup now. Now I feel fully Mimikyu-y, so we're good. Despite today being actual Halloween, I didn't actually like do anything today. I mean, of course I went and did the Halloween party commander thing on Saturday, and so that was more like my Halloween. But today I just slept for most of the day. tried to work on TCG Player and then got super distracted building a new deck. So I did actually finish the deck though. It's my silly little goblin dice deck, and I'm pretty excited to test it out on, I think I'm going to be playing on Wednesday. So now I've got my new little deck, which is pretty fun. I like that it's kind of like, it's really got something to like focus on with it, with all like the dice and stuff, but it does actually have like some legitimate win cons in it, so hopefully it goes well when I test it out. Either way, I think it should at least be fun, even if it doesn't end up being the most successful deck, but I think it turned out pretty good, so we'll probably be vibing, I think, at least. But yeah, I guess I can tell you guys, because I didn't stream on Saturday night because I was so tired when I got home. I didn't even get up and get there until like 3:30, I think was when I got there, or 3:40. And so it had already been going on for a few hours, but we played a couple games and like got pizza and stuff, so you know, just lots of vibing. And then I played my pre-con again, the one that always wins, and I won with it again. And I was just like, this deck is the best. But I did play another game later that day where somebody essentially just played something that made it so that I could do almost nothing with my deck. And so we just ended up scooping. So technically it lost that game, but overall it's still done like ridiculously well considering it's a pre-con. But I guess since it's lost a single time, maybe that means that I can upgrade it now. But honestly, I'm still not like that worried about upgrading it, but there are like a handful of nice cards that I could add that would be pretty solid, mostly in terms of probably upgrading a few of the lands, and then there are a couple other creatures that I'd like to switch out, so maybe I'll do that now, or whenever I have time to build decks again, because I mean, I guess I might have some free time on Thursday, but the rest of my week is already going to be pretty busy. I mean, tomorrow I have work, and then I might have to stay late after my shift to help finish some stuff that needs to be done, because I don't think I'm going to have enough time to take care of everything that I didn't get to help with since I haven't worked the last 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I mean, we're always closed on Sunday, but I don't know that, I think the store was only open part of the day today, just with it being Halloween. Like, chances are very low that there'd be very many people there after like 6 or 7, so I think maybe it closed early today, but honestly I'm not totally sure. But either way, I wasn't there, so I couldn't take care of the stuff that I need to this week, so I'll probably mostly just be working tomorrow, and then maybe a stream. Probably. I don't know why I wouldn't stream. And then Wednesday, you know, work, and then Commander. And Thursday I'm not currently scheduled for work, but we'll see what happens. You never know. Friday, oh, I don't know. I know at some point this week we're gonna probably be doing the Silver Tempest pre-release event. So I don't actually know what day, but apparently we're doing one at some point. So I guess we'll figure that out eventually. Maybe. We'll see. I thought technically it was supposed to be last Saturday, but I guess since we're doing the Commander event, maybe we like pushed it to Saturday this week. But I'm still not really sure, so I guess we'll find out. But then, let's see. So Friday, I'll be busy working and then Commander. And then Saturday, I'll be working and then Commander. And so, yeah, I'll just be busy nonstop. And then Sunday, I'll probably do what I always do and sleep all day. That's what I did yesterday. Like, I ended up staying up late because Bean had an upset tummy. And so I stayed up to take care of her. But I was so tired after the Commander thing. And so by the time that, like, she finally had settled down, I was just, like, so exhausted. It's probably around 5 or 6, and I was just like, I just need to sleep. So, you know, eventually I fell asleep, and I just slept for like a solid 10 hours straight. I wake up, and I'm just like, so what happened to my alarm that was supposed to wake me up at 11? I set like 20 alarms. Slept through all of them. So I just slept all day yesterday. Got up to have some dinner and cake since it was my sister's birthday yesterday. So we did like that, and then we played some board games. We played this new one that I got a little bit ago called Poetry for Neanderthals. It's pretty funny for anybody that knows about Exploding Kittens. It's by the same creators. Very chaotic, very funny, and you guys better believe that I totally won. Like, I did so good, and I'm unnecessarily proud of myself. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I mean, technically my team won. It's like a team game. It's similar to like charades or Pictionary, but like it's poetry for Neanderthals, and essentially the idea is that you can only use single syllable words to try to describe like your word or your phrase, and it's pretty funny. It was a good time, and we played apples to apples, which for some reason I found out that we only have like the junior version of the game, despite us celebrating my younger sister's 13th birthday. So now we're all teenagers and older. We have apples to apples junior, and that's what we played. I told my parents, I'm like, we should like get the normal apples to apples. I think we have like a copy at work. So let's upgrade, because none of us are little kids anymore. So we don't need apples to apples junior. I don't think. It also doesn't help that like half of our apples to apples cards are like water damaged, so they're all just like trashed. Like some of them are just like peeling apart. There's like some that are missing half the back. Like the poor cards just need to be retired. So maybe I'll get my family a new apples to apples game sometime this week. So we don't have a trashed apples to apples junior. But yeah, then after that, I did nothing at all. I was gonna maybe work on my deck and possibly like sort some cards. No, nothing. I did nothing. I just like I still stayed up till like 5 a.m. because I had woken up at 4 in the afternoon. So my body was like, we're gonna not fall asleep less than 12 hours after we woke up. So I was just insomnia, doing nothing. It was very boring. But then I finally got to sleep, which was super, super great. I do like being able to sleep. And I mean, technically today I slept in till like 4 again. But then I got up and I had dinner, and then I worked. So I did stuff today instead of, I mean, technically I did do a little bit of stuff yesterday, but I was literally just playing card games and then, and like eating dinner and cake. My little sister got like a chocolate cake, but since I don't like chocolate, my mom always, for everybody's birthday, will get like a mini side cake that's like vanilla so that I can have some cake. So I had the vanilla cake, and it was actually pretty good for like a store-bought cake. The frosting wasn't as extremely rich as it often is, so I appreciated that. It made it pretty alright overall. So yeah, I had that cake. And then of course next week, a week from today, I'll be getting my own cake. I'm still not sure how it's a week until my birthday, but apparently it is. Time just keeps going by, but it's almost my birthday. And I am mostly prepared to make a lot of very poor financial decisions for the sake of it's my birthday. I've already bought myself several early birthday presents, but like I feel like I'm just gonna keep buying myself a bunch of stuff for like the next 2 weeks. Just be like, it's for my birthday. Definitely. I was telling one of my friends about how I keep getting early birthday presents for myself, and he was like, "What do you mean? Aren't other people supposed to give you birthday presents?" And I'm like, "Technically, yes. But I just want a lot of stuff. So I'm using this as a reason to enable myself to buy like extra cards and stuff. Like all the singles I bought last week. I don't know. I don't actually know where I put them. I moved them. But they're somewhere." So I've got all the singles I bought last week, and then I'm thinking about either buying like an expensive magic booster box or a couple like expensive singles that I've been wanting. So I just gotta, decide if I'm gonna do one of those, if so which one, or if I'm gonna be responsible and not keep just buying myself a bunch of early birthday presents. If I'm giving out candy or Pokemon, nice. Yeah, after dinner I quickly escaped because I did not want to have to answer the door at all, but I did hear Izzy barking at the door a lot between like 6 and probably like 8:30 and 9. When most of the trick-or-treaters are out. The poor thing. She does not like strangers showing up at her house. So she was not loving the trick-or-treaters. But I didn't want to deal with the trick-or-treaters, so that's why I hid down here. And so I could finish my deck. That was supposed to be working. I mostly just did my deck. But I did actually finish the deck, and I've been working on it for a few weeks. So at least it's done now. Hey, welcome, Jason. How's it going? The one problem with this costume is like the ears make it extremely top heavy, so it's always like falling over. And it bothers me that it moves so much, but like I don't just want to take it off because it looks, it kind of destroys the entire costume to get rid of the hood. Plus the ears are super cute. Not that you guys can even see all of the ears. Let me see if I can pull up my other camera so that you guys can see the ears. Oh, where did it go? Where did the other camera go? So apparently the other camera just decided not to work. So I can't use it to show you guys the ears. That's so sad. Alright, well, I tried. I guess we'll just bring the trash can cam back. I mean, I could just try to like... Nope, it doesn't want to go up. I'll just like shrink. Oh, I know, I'll just move my chair down for a second. Whoop. There you can see the ears. They're so cute, but they're huge. Alright, let me go back up. Whoop. Alright, there we go. But yeah, so the ears are kinda huge, which is a little inconvenient, but it's still very fun, so I'm enjoying it. Plus, of course it was nice since I already had it, so I didn't have to spend any money on my costume this year. Also, fun fact, I finally figured out how to put false lashes on. Like, I have just never been able to figure it out. Like, for the life of me, I could not figure out how to, like, get them on my eyelids and, like, look normal. But I somehow figured that out, so I've got my extremely long fake lashes on that if I open my eyes all the way, they like tickle my eyebrows, which is very weird feeling. But it was funny, like my friends on Saturday were asking me like if my makeup was annoying at all, and I'm like, not really. Like for the most part, I mean, of course, the Mimikyu blush thing, I just used really red lip gloss that I have absolutely zero other use for since I don't have like red face paint. So I just used like lip gloss. So it's like wet. If I touch it, it will just get all over my hand, which is not ideal, but as long as I don't touch my cheeks, it's fine. But the one thing about my makeup that does bother me a little bit is that I can just feel the lashes just like poking my eyebrow. It feels very funny. And if like I squeeze my eyes shut, sometimes like the edge of the false lashes will like stab my eyelid, which is a little uncomfortable, but I think I got them on a little bit better today than I did on Saturday, so I haven't had that problem yet. So hopefully it'll be fine. Oh my goodness, yes, I've seen some of the cards from V-Star Universe and it looks like it's going to be so insane so far. I am very excited for certain to continue to see what's going to be in this set. Do you have any idea when it's going to come out though? I haven't noticed anything about like a date. Of course, I haven't spent that much time researching it, but I have looked at any pictures that have like shown up on my feed or that people have like sent to me. I think most of it was like on Instagram. I saw a post. Oh yeah, it was because Hilltop posted something about it, and I work for Hilltop, so I usually pay attention to what they put on Instagram, just in case it's something I feel like I should know. And because it's nice, because then I can keep up with new products and things. Yes, I've seen a handful of the character rares. I mean, of course, the Mew, or no, I guess the ones that I looked at weren't character rares, but they were like similar full arts, they just didn't have any trainers on them. What were the other ones I looked at? I looked at like 4 or 5 of those and a handful of the V-Star alt arts. They're pretty spicy, like, definitely some good stuff. I just seen like between like 10 and 15 cards from the set, so not a ton, but the spice contained within those 10 to 15 cards was quite a lot. I'm gonna take a second real quick to check orders, see if we've got anything. I should be working on doing some little restocks for a couple of random things this week, so that should be fun, since tomorrow it'll be November and then I can start over with a new month and try not to destroy my whole budget within like the first week. Which, see, I don't think will happen this time, because this time there aren't any new Magic sets coming out in the first week of the month. Instead, it's like the second week. So I won't be ruining my personal finances until like halfway through the month. So it's good. Oh, alright, we've got the link. Let's look at the stuff in the new set again. Let me just get this pulled up so that you guys can actually see it. There we go. So yeah, of course we got lots of the reprints. I remember that they did change the movie art though. I wonder if that's the one that we have in the structure deck in English. I'm kind of guessing that that's what this is from in English, but we do have that. We've got the promo Palkia. I know that's what that is. Just lots of the same V-Star reprints from sets, plus, you know, a couple of the promos. Got some random playable cards. I know that these 3 are all very playable, so that's probably why they decided to reprint them. Then we just got some fun random stuff. And then, of course, the full art cards, special art rare. Ah, that's what they're calling them. Art rares and special art rares. They're new rarities. They're like the character rares, but there's no character, just the cool Pokemon, and they're so cute. And I'm obsessed with the crocheted Altaria. If you guys watched last time we went through the list, I talked about the Altaria for like several minutes. And we got the V-Star alt arts, which are so insane. Because we got this one that's a promo from the Zard box, but these 3 we have not seen in English yet, so I'm assuming we'll see them somewhere in the last couple English sets of Sword and Shield, though we might not get them in English, or they might be printed as promos like later on. I feel like those are the most likely possible ways for that to go. Hey, welcome John and Jacob. It is great to see you guys. Let's see. Yes, Mimikyu. Yep, I'm just vibing, keeping constantly busy like I do, which is my favorite way to be. I get bored out of my mind when I'm not constantly busy. Oh, what is this? they're really blurry, but they look very exciting. We got the, let's see, so first blah 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 back in April, and the first guys were August, blah 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 blah, alt art, not seen in Japan, blah 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 blah. Alright, so I'm also seeing a Suicune V alt art that I don't know for sure if it's technically in this set or what, but it's super cool. And this looks like a Leafeon V-Star alt art, which is very exciting. So that's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Lots of really exciting stuff for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to this set. They really know how to make their fancy high class Japanese sets. Like that's some good stuff for sure. Alrighty, let me hurry and refresh orders real quick, see if we've got anything to open yet. My goodness, I like totally like scratched up my hand a little bit before stream started. I was carrying this huge, really heavy box full of a bunch of like old notebooks and stuff, and I like accidentally, like, I'm not exactly sure what I did, but I like partially dropped it and like scratched my hand, and now it just like hurts. So that wasn't very fun to do earlier. Like, oh, my poor fingers. So yeah, I just needed to complain about that because it's bothering me. Cause like, you know, it's a huge box, but I needed to go through it to find some stuff. Cause so I know I talked to you guys before about possibly sharing like a history of me and my siblings' Lego world. But so apparently my older brother is actually working on compiling a history, and I'm like, whoa, that is so much more convenient for me, because one, he's 2 years older than I am, so I'm sure he can remember a lot of the stuff that happened a lot better than I could, considering we started playing when I was like 6 or 7, and I don't remember a ton from when I was 6 and 7. So now he's working on compiling a whole history. Plus, he always kind of like led the storyline and stuff, which I was always fine with. So yeah, he definitely, I think, is more qualified to compile like a history of it. But I'm really excited now. I just have to, you know, now I'll actually have to get his permission if I want to share like the story of our Lego world. But either way, so essentially he is just looking for some of like the old maps that he had drawn of it, or some of the information about like the different mayors, because you better believe we had like full-blown political elections for our Lego people. And so there were a lot of elected officials that we would literally, like, one little area of town at a time, take all of the Lego people that were adults there out, and then like set them in the place for who they wanted to vote for. And so like it was pretty in-depth, but it was great. But so I've been looking for some of my like notebooks and papers and stuff that I wrote down things from our Lego world in for that. And so that's why I've had to find the giant box full of like notebooks and things. So I gotta go through all of that at some point to try to find anything about our Lego world. So far I found a couple things that'll probably be helpful. Like, I actually found a picture in one of the books. It was like this old little scrapbook of mine. Let me, there it is. And so like it had this picture of the Lego people's house, and then like an explanation about who they are, and I was just like, what is this? This is fantastic. Like, what is better than like a photo with a description literally bringing up one of the important families? Like, this is, so the big family in our Lego world, I'll tell you guys a little bit about them. But so this is Sabrina and Houston's house, and you can see the rest of the description. The big family is pretty big in Legos. Sadly, they aren't as big as they used to be. But so they were this one family. For some reason in our Lego world, we had this rule where our Lego families could not have more than 9 kids. But 9 was a lot, so like almost nobody had 9 kids. But you weren't allowed to have more than that. 9 was like the maximum. I don't know why we decided that, but that was just the rule. You couldn't have more than 9 kids in a family. But so we had this one Lego family where the mom was my Lego person and the dad was one of my brother's Lego people? Yeah. And they had 9 kids. And of course they were like the only family with 9 kids. And so we called them the big family because they had 9 kids. But so like we played through multiple generations of this family's story. Like the first family, like I think either all 9 or like 7 of the kids there got enrolled in Hogwarts, and so they had all kinds of adventures in Hogwarts and stuff like as they were growing up. But then once each of the kids grew up, you know, they married and started their own Lego families. And I don't remember for sure whether Houston or Sabrina was one of their kids from our big family, or if I think one of them was. I don't know which one of them married into the family though. But I think it's maybe was Houston that was their kid. But so that's at least something. I also found like some random short like short story thing that I had started writing about our Lego world that it doesn't have a ton. It was only like 3 pages long, but it did mention a couple things that I'm like, oh, that's like actual good information. So yeah, long story short, I am now digging through all of my old notebooks and stuff to work on researching our old Lego world and like finding all of our old documents for it, because like it was very in-depth. Extremely so. And there were a lot of things that we wrote down. Like my brother would draw different maps for like areas and places, or like to draw political boundaries and things like that. And I would sometimes like keep lists of all the names, because you better believe that we gave the majority of our Lego people names, because they were like I was saying with the big family, it was Nike and Angela were the parents. Their oldest son was Tom. Their oldest daughter was Mary. And then I would have to I have to find wherever I wrote down the names of their other 7 kids, but I'm sure that I can find them somewhere, because I do know that we had names for all of them. I have opened one of the Trick or Trade packs so far. I got a Phantom, Ghastly, and the Trevenant. But that's the only one I've opened so far. But it's pretty cute. I'm just really excited that I was able to get them all. Like I literally got them today. I have been like hunting for these things since like mid-September. But finally, on actual Halloween day is when I finally got them. So it was quite the struggle, but I did it. I have them. And they're so cute. Like, they're absolutely adorable. So I'm very excited about having those. And let me check orders again real quick. Man, it always throws me off so much when I start stream after midnight, and I've been like streaming for like 40 minutes, but it's already almost 1 a.m. Like that always throws me for a loop. I do have to open at work tomorrow, so I can't stream extremely late tonight, but like I wanted to at least get a decent Halloween stream in. Plus I had to show you guys my costume, of course. So like, maybe a cute costume. But yeah, so let's see, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about our Lego stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out where all the information about the big family is. And I mean, the main stuff that my brother needs help finding is like the maps, because he has like some of like the early maps, but of course there are a lot of things constantly changing. Cause like, so we had the Lego like area that was where all of our places where they were taking place, but there were like also other like Lego civilizations nearby that we had storylines for. Oh, you can't see the top of the board. I'm so sorry. Alright, this should be fixed now. I fixed it. But yeah, we still had storylines for even the places that we didn't actually like have built and stuff. So we gotta figure out where the maps are. And for the longest time, they were just like hanging up in the wall of this random storage room. But we had to move all of our Legos into storage a few years ago because my mom and dad just decided not to let us have a Lego room anymore. It's very sad, but as most of you know, then they decided to make my craft / the storage room into the Lego room too. So now it's a Lego craft storage room. Absolute chaos. It's awful. It's really bad. It's such a mess in there. And there's way too much stuff. Like, there was too much stuff in there when it was just like my craft stuff and storage. But now the entire room is filled with Legos too. But yeah, when we had to put the Legos into storage for a while, I think we took down a lot of the papers for it. And the ones that just got left up eventually got moved. So now we gotta try and figure out whatever we can. And like, I thought I had like a Google Drive or something with a bunch of information on it. So now I have to try to figure out. I have like 5 or 6 different Google accounts. I have so many. And so I gotta figure out which one it is that my Lego stuff is saved in. Cause yeah, I have a lot. Hey, welcome Charmanders. Nice to have you join, and I appreciate the subscription. Yes! Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I love my Mimikyu costume. It's also very nice because it keeps me pretty warm because it's just literally like a cloak blanket thing. Like, it's made out of like similar material to like a blanket. So it's very soft and quite warm. So it keeps me pretty cozy. Of course, I mostly have just worn it inside, so it's not like I really need it to be kept super warm. But like, you know, it's fun either way. I mean, technically my room is a little bit chillier than I like right now, but this is keeping me very warm. Almost too warm. I might have to turn a fan on later. I don't have any cats, not anymore, but I do have 2 dogs. You can see, here's one of them. This is Harley Bean. Oh, she disappeared. I've got my little slideshow that you can see my pets on. My 2 dogs and my 6 chickens. See, there's Harley Bean. She is a Yorkie and she is the funniest little cute baby. And then at some point we'll see a picture of Izzy, the mini Aussie Doodle. But for some reason, I just have more pictures of Bean in the slideshow currently, but I need to add a lot more of both of them because I have so many new pictures that I just have not added of them. And I need more pictures of the chickens because I only have pictures of 5 of our chickens on here because one of our chickens, we originally got 6 chickens in March of 2021. We unfortunately lost one of them during that summer, but then we got another one during summer of 2022, and so now we have 6 again, and I don't have any pictures of her on the slideshow, I don't think. Her name's Plume. Technically, her name was Heidi Plume, but we just like to call her Plume because, I don't know, we like random names like that. Oh, don't worry, my dogs aren't scary. They're very small, and Izzy's very shy, and Bean is just very silly, but a lot more friendly. But they're also very small. Izzy's like, I think Izzy's about 20 pounds, and Bean is like 12, or maybe she's down to 11. Bean's been on a diet because technically she's only supposed to weigh 9 to 10 pounds. And so she weighs like 10 to 20% more than she should. So she's been on a little Bean diet. But ooh, I just remembered. I still gotta take Bean shopping so that I can get you guys a video of Bean going shopping. I'm gonna do that No, they do not bite. They give a lot of kisses, though. They like to give lick kisses, because they're extremely loving. Like, they just want to be, like, Bean just wants to be held almost all the time. Like, she just wants to be carried around. It's so cute. Izzy doesn't like to be held quite as much, but she does just like to be around everybody. Oh, see, there's one of my chickens. This is Pumpkin, the time that she flew onto my arm while I was picking cherry tomatoes, because she wanted to eat them. She did, in fact, eat several of them after flying onto my arm. That was a pretty funny time. It was very unexpected. Like, I was just like, what are you doing on my arm? But Pumpkin is a very, very friendly chicken. Like, there's been a couple times where my dad's been, like, sitting on a chair while the chickens have been out, and she'll just, like, fly up onto his knee and just sit there and just vibe. Like, just hang out. She also likes, whenever we're around, she'll just, like, talk to us. She'll, like, it's the cutest, silliest thing, but she's definitely a very, very friendly chicken. No, I can't say I've ever played Roblox. I'm more of a Minecraft girl myself, but even then it's been, like, several months since I've last played Minecraft. I don't play a ton of video games because I just have a really hard time focusing on them, and because I'm constantly working. So I don't always have a ton of time for games. Now see, maybe if I was one of those people that, like, played games as a job, things would be different. But even then, I don't know that I'd be able to focus on them long enough to, like, actually accomplish anything. Though, I mean, there used to be times where I'd, like, spend several hours a day playing Minecraft, but it's been probably 2 to 3 years since I last, like, was consistently playing Minecraft. Of course, that was when I was still, like, in my first couple of years of high school, so, I mean, I was pretty busy, but definitely not as busy as I am now. Yes, Mimikyu! I used to have Pokemon Go, but then I remembered that I don't have unlimited data, so I no longer have Pokemon Go, because, see, I don't even have any data. Any time that I use, like, LTE, it's just charging my parents money, and my parents will let me and my siblings know if we're using up too much data, because they will pay for every second of it that we use. So it's, yeah, for that reason I no longer have Pokemon Go. Plus, it also doesn't help that I'm constantly the one driving myself everywhere, so, like, I would only be able to even play it, like, when I got out of the car. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like my costume. I'm quite fond of it. I almost wanted to go and do some kind of, like, Pokemon trainer costume, but they're so expensive. Like, I was looking into maybe doing a Serena costume, and it was gonna cost me, like, literally at least $80. And I'm like, I do not have $80 extra to spend on a Serena costume. So for that reason, I went with the Mimikyu cloak that I already had. And because, I mean, the Mimikyu cloak is pretty fun. Other than the part where it falls off my head every, like, 15 seconds. But, you know, it's fine. It's just a little bit unstable. I'll just, like, bend the ears down. Maybe then it will stay in place. So that looks really weird. Mimikyu's ears are supposed to go up. But, yeah. I'm gonna check orders again real quick. I still don't think we've got any, but I want to make sure I'm not accidentally missing anything. I was gonna do shipping today, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it till tomorrow. So tomorrow I should be getting the shipping done. I know there's only a couple of people I gotta ship stuff out for, but if anybody else wants anything shipped, I should be doing it tomorrow, because today I am tired. So after stream I'm gonna finish my TCG player and then probably try and go to bed, which I can't really tell you why I'm still tired, considering the last 2 days I've spent all of, if not, like most of, if not all of the day sleeping. But, you know, just make some fake wounds and makeup. Yeah, see, I used to really like doing costume makeup. Like, I would just do it for fun. And so, like, I've got a pretty decent idea of how to, like, do different things, but I much prefer when I can touch my face and it won't, like, mess something up. I mean, of course, with this, like I mentioned earlier, the red on my cheeks is literally just lip gloss, so if I touch it, it'll mess it up, but at least that's only, like, a very small part of my face that I don't usually touch my cheeks. And I already don't really touch, like, my eyeliner, which I've got a lot of eyeliner on. Though I guess my lips, I usually only use lip gloss, so now that I've got, like, it's technically just eyeliner and eyeshadow, but on my lips, because I was like, you know, I don't have any black lipstick or, like, lip liners, so I was like, eyeliner and eyeshadow it is, and it worked perfectly fine, so we're good. It's fine. But yeah, see, like, I don't like, I guess my main thing is I don't like having makeup that my hair can, like, get in the way of, or, like, I get so bothered if I can feel my hair, like, touching my face, as you can tell by the fact that I keep, like, brushing my little bits of hair out of the way. But, like, so yeah, I usually like to go for makeup that my hair will not get in the way of, and most of, like, the like, wound type makeup that I know how to do is messy like that, so. Also, I much prefer going for, like, cutesy or pretty makeup looks, but there are a few times where, you know, I went for the more violent wound type makeup. Yeah, we do not like getting hairs stuck in makeup or anywhere near my face at all, except for on my head. I mean, I guess, like, sometimes when I wear wigs, they'll have, like, bangs, so that's kind of on my face, which, I'm not gonna lie, does bother me a little bit, but I much prefer wearing wigs with bangs because they look a lot more realistic. You can't see, like, if you have a really cheap wig, usually the hairline looks extremely fake. You can tell that it's fake just by looking at the hairline. But if you're wearing a wig with bangs, then it hides that, so you can't tell it's there, and it looks a lot more convincing. So almost all of the wigs I own have bangs. I think I have one wig that doesn't. Yeah, I think it's just the one, and that one I got for a costume that I was wearing a hat with, so the hat was just covering the hairline, so I didn't have to worry about it. But, like, all of my other wigs do have bangs. One of them it originally didn't have bangs, but I tried to cut bangs on it, but it was, like, the cheapest one I've ever bought too, so it was kind of trash, and I didn't do a great job cutting the bangs, and so I was like, I think I'm just gonna never use this again. Kind of ruined it, but it's fine, I guess. Alrighty. We've got 3 silver Tempest for an anonymous buyer who does not want their name to be disclosed. Let's go ahead and see what we can get for ya. Let's get some silver Tempest spice. Alright, we're starting off with a Phoebus. Oh, and the Victini! That's so cute! It totally looks like, I feel like this one should be a hollow foil. I'm not gonna lie. But it's very cute. And there's a code card. Whoosh! Alrighty, pack number 2. Struggling just a little bit. Alright, we've got Breakson and... Ooh! Alright, not bad. Secret Rare Unknown V-Star. We take those. We take secret rare V-stars. Go ahead and get that into a top loader. Very nice. I really want to see that unknown altar. Like, it is such a gorgeous card. Code guide. Whoosh. That one did not get very close to the trash. Alrighty. And we got one more for ya. Finishing off with a Primordial Altar and Keldeo. So we got a couple of mythic type Pokemon and unknown. Congrats on that nice secret rare. Let me go ahead and get those added into your stack. Uses Uno reverse. Well, in response to that, I will also play an Uno reverse. So take that. So handy. Keeping that on hand at all times. There is code card. Whoosh. That was the worst throw yet. But oh, what was I gonna say? I don't know. I was gonna say something. I wasn't gonna punch my camera, but I guess I did that anyways. But completely forgot what I was going to say. It was probably something. Ooh, should we see if anything's been updated on the set list for Silver Tempest? Because even though we've been opening a lot of it, we still don't really know what all there is in the set. I mean, I guess we've got a decent idea, but TCG Player, last we checked, didn't have pictures of almost anything. So let's see if TCG Player got any more pictures for Silver Tempest, because that would be pretty nice. I would love to see some more pictures. Oh, come on, computer. It's being special. Alright, and we will move the window so that you guys can see. So far, I think a couple of these might, no, I think most of those were just the ones that already had pictures. I wonder if the relevance will show us one of those pictures first. There's like some of them. Sad. So we still don't have most of the pictures. We just know the names. But we'll have to wait to find the pictures to see what everything looks like. I mean, as soon as we get ETBs, we'll have our nice little books, but I'm sure by the time that I have any ETBs, they'll probably have, like, TCG Player updated. No, I don't have my own Nintendo Switch, but I think, like, all of my siblings have their own. Like, I think all three of my siblings have their own Nintendo Switch, and we have a family Nintendo Switch. And I'm just the one person that doesn't. The one person that doesn't have their own Nintendo Switch. I mean, I guess my parents don't. Though technically they do own the family one, so. But yeah, like I said, I don't really play that many video games. I can't stay focused on them and I don't have time for them, so. I don't have much use for Nintendo Switch personally. But when I was younger, I did love to play the Wii, the OG Wii, like all those good memories. We went through several Wiis. And like we had the Wii U too. Lots of those. And we had some really, I think we still have them. We had a couple like really old PlayStations. Like ones from like before I was even born, but never a new PlayStation. We have never in my entire life had like a new PlayStation, just the really old ones. So kind of fun. I remember watching my dad play Twisted Metal and Tomb Raider on the old PlayStations when I was a kid. Like those are some of like my first memories, cuz see, even though I don't play a ton of video games, I've always loved watching people play them. Like when I was really young, me and my brother would always watch my dad play Twisted Metal and Tomb Raider. And then when we got a little bit older, I would always watch my older brother play the Wii. He'd play like the Lego Indiana Jones. There's this one game called Pitfall. And then sometimes we'd play together on some of the Lego games, and then like Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart so much. It's such a great game. Though most of the time I'm not great at Mario Kart, there have been a couple times in my life where I've been quite proficient. But I think one of the games that I have been the best at that I used to play with my family is we also used to play Smash Bros. A lot. And pretty much, my older brother is a video game prodigy and just can master any video game incredibly quickly and is just really good at it. And my little brother, like, kind of gets, like, hyperfixations on a lot of things, especially when he was younger. He went through this phase where his, like, goal in life was to be a Ultimate Smash Bros. Champion. Like, that was his goal in life, to professionally play Smash Bros. So he would just play Smash Bros. For, like, 8 to 12 hours a day. Every day. For months on end. And so he just had an absurd amount of practice at the game. And so usually when we were playing, it would be me, my two brothers that were absurdly good at the game, and my dad. And so I had to get pretty decent at the game in order to be able to play with them at all. And my younger sister sometimes played too, but her and I usually both didn't do super great, at least for like the start, but she's a good bit younger, so. But yeah, eventually I got pretty good at it, and now on the rare occasion where I'm like doing something with friends and next thing you know, everybody's like, let's play Super Smash Bros. I'm just like, oh yeah, I got this. And there have been a couple times where I have very effectively demolished all of my friends at Super Smash Bros. And I am very, very proud of that. I am quite proud of destroying people at Super Smash Bros. So that is like the one game that I'm pretty decent at. One of a few pretty wild games. My favorite, or I guess my main, is Corrin. Because 1 dragons, 2 swords. It's perfect for me. Speaking of swords, I'm only a week away. A singular week from buying my second sword. And I am beyond excited. I'm so very excited to get my second sword. It's gonna be amazing. So I just have to actually figure out what sword to get. But getting my second sword so soon. I'm way too excited about it. I know there's 2 different places that I can go to get it, so I also gotta figure out which one to go to, but one of them's pretty close to where I work, so maybe I'll just go with that one. Or maybe on my way to work, or after work, a day this week, I'll just stop by and see if they've got any swords that I'd be interested in, and if they do, I'll just go there. If not, I'll go to this weird, like, Asian market store place that smells like fish and has weird Asian candy that I've never heard of before, but also sells swords. I've got like this little like sword section. It's pretty great. Everything's like, they've got like this glass counter with like a bunch of like these like fancy daggers and stuff, and then on the wall behind it there's all the swords. So that's my second option. Or there's this one mall, but it's the farthest away of the few places. So I probably won't go to the mall, but it also has some random store that I've seen swords at. But I'll probably check the one closer to my work first, because I go that way all the time, so it'll be a lot more convenient to stop there. Except I don't work on my birthday, which I honestly think is kind of inconvenient, to be honest. Like, I would prefer to work on my birthday for a couple of reasons. One, because then I wouldn't feel bad about spending the gas money to go to the place to buy a sword. I would just already be in the area for work. And 2, because I am 100%, not even 100, like 157% certain that I will be incredibly bored for the majority of the day on my birthday. Like, I will just be sitting around just bored, out of my mind. So, like, I'm just gonna be so bored. So I would love to work, but for the sake of me actually being home for like my birthday dinner, I think my mom's pretty excited for me to not be working on my birthday. So like, I guess that is something. She's excited, but I'm like, I would rather work. Like, I was talking to my manager the other day, and like having my birthday off came up, and I was like, yeah, no, honestly, I don't really care about whether or not I work on my birthday. And he said something about like, you know, he said something about just needing some kind of excuse to get a day off, because my manager like never takes time off. He's like there almost every single day that the store's open. I tried playing one of the Pokemon games before. I played Silver for a bit, but once again, I could not stay focused on it. I much prefer just opening packs and then randomly talking about stuff for several hours. But I'm sure there's plenty of other people that, if you prefer to watch people play Pokemon games, that do that. But I do not play the games. I just am obsessed with the cards. I have centered my entire personality and life around trading cards. So that's what I'm here for. Just the cards. Just the cards. And I guess I like things like my super cool Charizard mat that's on top of my super cool Eevee mat, because for some reason the Charizard mat is smaller than the Eevee mat, so like doesn't cover the whole area of my desk that I need it to, but it's pretty cool, so at least it looks nice, even if for some reason it's like extra small. But you know, it's pretty alright. Okay, let me check orders again real quick, just make sure I'm not missing anything. I think I'm gonna buy a fancy magic booster box this week, but I can't decide which one to get. There's like a handful of different sets that I've been thinking about. Let me pull them up and show you guys so you guys can see what sets I've been looking at. Oh, that's not the right window, is it? Where did the window go? One moment. Oh, there it is. I found it. For someone that has said they're leaving multiple times, you really seem to be having a hard time actually leaving. Your PC got canceled? Ouch! Where did you order it that they canceled it? Like, it's been like 3 or 4 days since release? Like, did they just barely like, oh yeah, just so you know, we're not actually shipping this. We're just canceling your order. Yeah, I guess we should probably tell you. Like, ooh. And that's really frustrating, especially because, like, with it being a few days after release, that means that it's too late to, like, go to places on release day and try to find one. Which makes it so much worse. Like, dude, I am Target. Yeah. Sounds about right for Target. I just don't with Target anymore most of the time, like pre-order wise, because I remember last year I tried to pre-order their like Pokemon Funko Pop Christmas countdown calendars. I ordered like 2 of them, just 2, and they both got canceled, and I was just like, bruh, I just like they like I just wanted at least one, but nope. I feel like they seriously need to fix like whatever they're doing with their pre-orders for Pokemon, because it seems like that's pretty consistently been a problem from like Target. Yeah, I mean, for a while they didn't sell cards at all, but like even when they do sell cards, it's just like, I don't even know. They're not the most reputable source to actually get your pre-orders from. Them, and I also now have issues with GameStop, but that was just because of the one Charizard pop figure that I guess they were just going to steal my money for and never tell me about. So I'm really glad that I looked into that later. But yeah, that's definitely a little frustrating. I do still have a couple extras though, if you're interested in one. It would be a little bit more if you wanted a sealed one because of the shipping than the amount on the board, but I do have a couple extras. Let's see, because I have one set aside for John, and then I think I have like 2 more that I can sell, probably. Or 3. 2 or 3. It depends. But I do still have a couple, which is, it is very, very nice to just be able to get them from places that I work. Though, I do also have one friend that has a distributor that I buy a lot of stuff from, and I've just been waiting for them to tell me if they have any of the Zard UPCs. Like, I asked them about it a couple months ago, and they're like, yeah, we will, like, I'll let you know when I figure out that. But they just, like, never got back to me, so I don't know if they just didn't get them, if they just forgot, if they decided to keep them for themselves. I don't know, but at least I was able to, I think I got 1 from the game store, and then I could get what I needed from Hilltop. So that was pretty nice. I mean, with Hilltop, I literally like shipped out all of their orders of UPCs. So, you know, I feel like it was only fair that I could buy a couple. So that was pretty nice. So they would sell me on if no one's picked it up. Oof. I mean, technically there's a chance that nobody will pick it up, but that's not the ideal situation. But I mean, it's something. I think anybody thought to get them there because it's 6 in the cabinet. Wow. Yeah, apparently there are a few really random places that have got them, which, you know, no complaints there. It's a very nice surprise if you happen to stumble across them at some random store. I definitely would be pretty surprised. Unfortunately, I don't really visit that many random stores searching for cards anymore, just because with all the gas price craziness this year, it's been way too expensive to like go around between a lot of places, and I just don't have the amount of free time that I did last year. Like last year I spent like all day every day just going around finding cards and stuff. But unfortunately, I cannot afford the gas or the time to do that anymore. But every once in a while, I go to some random places, and I'm considering, like, my grandparents live on the opposite side of the state as I do, so like 5 hours away from me. So I essentially have to travel across the entire state to visit them. But I'm thinking, like, usually when I was a kid, I always like went with my family and stuff. But now my schedule is so different than everybody else in my family's that it's kind of impossible to like schedule a time for us all to go visit. And so I've been thinking about just planning a time to go visit my grandparents just on my own. The main thing, of course, that's been preventing me from like committing to that has been the gas, because of all the cars in my family, I'm pretty sure mine is the least fuel efficient. It just burns through gas. It's pretty rough. But I also haven't seen my grandparents in a really long time. And so I'm like, you know, for a chance to go see them, maybe I'll just deal with the gas for once. And I mean, like, I think my grandparents would probably at least help me pay for the gas, since I'm sure they would be happy to see me too. My grandparents are pretty cool, but so I'm considering like getting a couple days off work and then just spending one day going through like all of the state to just any random store I want to try to find cards while slowly working my way towards my grandparents' house. And it's probably going to be like a 12-hour day of just driving and shopping, which I'm going to be so dead tired. But I'm like, I feel like this would probably be the smartest way to go about visiting them, because then I would be accomplishing finding a bunch of random stuff for stream and, you know, slowly driving to their house. So I'd at least be doing multiple things at once. And then, you know, I'd probably just stay with them for a couple days. I can't really take a ton of time off at work because I am needed a lot to help with things. But, you know, I figured then I could, like, stay a couple days and then drive home at night. I really like driving on the freeway at night. I just love the dark, chill, quiet, a lot emptier, just nighttime freeway driving is so vibey. Like, last week, I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. I got to spend like an hour driving on these highway/freeways. I'm not totally sure which they were considered, but like they were pretty fast roads. You know, I was typically going between 60 and 70. There were a couple places where the road was like curved so much that it went down to 55, but you know, it was pretty fast, but it was just so vibey, and I very much enjoyed my nighttime drive. So I think, like, I mean, technically, so for the first like half of the distance wise to get to my grandparents' house, there's gonna be a lot of cities, so a lot of places I could check for Pokemon. So I figured like I'd start like probably midday and go to those, and that would probably take maybe like 6-7 hours. And then by the time that I got past all the cities, the last half of the trip to my grandparents' house is almost just completely like rural areas, not that many stores. And so like driving through there later at night after most of the stores have closed, I think would be really ideal. And then on the way back, since I've already gone everywhere, I can just go at night and it will just be super quiet and wonderful. Because for a lot of people, they don't like driving at night because it's really dangerous to like drive when you're sleepy or really tired. But because I'm already somebody that stays up like all night just naturally, it shouldn't be natural, but for me I guess it just is. But I think that would be a great time to like drive home, because I can, you know, if I'm like driving home between the hours of like 10 p.m. and 4 a.m., there's going to be little to no traffic. So the drive should be just very straightforward, very empty, very, very vibey. And I love driving. Like, I have always, I mean, I didn't love driving while I was learning to drive. I actually hated it. But now that I can just drive like alone in my own vehicle that I'm comfortable with, that has the best seats ever. My seats are so comfy in my Jeep. I love it. But like, it's so vibey. So I can imagine that it would be a lot more enjoyable to drive myself than it would be to drive with my family, because one, I mean, if I drive with my family, we'll obviously be taking my mom's car, and as much as I love driving, I am not comfortable driving a car that I almost never drive on a really long trip through a lot of like really busy freeway areas. If I'm gonna be, you know, going through some like, you know, really fast, really busy freeway, I want to be in a car that I'm comfortable and used to driving in. So I wouldn't want to drive if we were taking one of my parents' cars, because I'm not that comfortable driving them. Plus, like, my dad's car is a huge truck, so if we took his, I would definitely not want to drive that for a lot of reasons. But I love my little Jeep, and I think it'd be so vibey to just do that. And then, of course, wherever my mom goes, the dogs will be going with her. because they are very, very, very attached to my mom. And so it's like, if she's going to visit our grandparents, the dogs are coming with her. And I love being with the dogs and I adore them very, very much. But going on car trips with them, as somebody with very bad anxiety, is a horrible experience. It is so, so very stressful. And so I do not love that, especially because Harley also gets car sick. So yeah, it is much preferable to not have to be in the car with the dogs. So, but just going on my own, it'd be great. I can go at any pace I want. I can stop wherever I want. Because, like, you know, when we go on family car trips, if somebody wants to stop and nobody else does, it's like a, well, you just got outvoted, so I guess you're gonna have to wait another hour to take a bathroom break, you know? But when I'm on my own, I can do whatever the heck I want. If I decide that I want to take some other random, like, backwoods road to get there, who's gonna stop me? Nobody. And with all my practice driving on the really chaotic, curvy, like, just absolute chaos freeway that I was on last week, I feel very ready to drive through, like, the canyon areas of southern Utah. I feel prepared. Of course, the areas I was in was more in a canyon, and some of the areas to get to my grandparents' house are, like, on the side of a cliff, which is a little bit less pleasant, but fortunately for me at least, there's a lot of tourists that use those roads, and typically tourists are going to go very slow and stop a lot to take pictures. So if I am going kind of slow too to drive, you know, along the side of the cliff, most of the people aren't gonna care. So it's fine. I can drive slow if I need to. So it's good. Live stream trip to grandma's house. Now see, I would, but as I mentioned earlier, I don't have unlimited data, and that would probably cost my parents a good lot of money for me to stream my whole trip. Though it would be fun too if I didn't have to worry about that. But I could probably, like, vlog. Yes, vlog. Video blog. Vlog my drive and just video a lot of it. And then, like, edit and post it when I get back home. Because the Wi-Fi at my grandparents' house isn't always the greatest. So, you know, not always the best. And if I open packs for myself all night, I would be very broke. I'm already very broke. I would be beyond broke. I would be in, like, the negatives of money. Not that I'm not already probably sometimes in the negatives, but it's fine. It's fine. There's a reason why I don't have a credit card. Sometimes I just owe money to myself, and that doesn't make that much sense, but it works for me most of the time. I do owe myself a bit of money at the moment. Very complicated. But, you know, we just vibing. Welcome to everybody showing up in the chat. It's good to see you guys. Alright. Let me take a quick second to check orders again. Because I didn't even end up showing you guys the magic stuff I was thinking about buying. I got too distracted about my plan to probably go visit my grandparents. The only problem is I just have no idea when. Because originally my family, the reason I've been thinking about it again is because my parents were talking about going to visit them for Thanksgiving, but then we found out that my uncle and his family are going to be there, and so there's not going to be enough bedrooms and stuff. So we won't be able to go down for Thanksgiving, but then I also realized that I need to be at work on Black Friday, so I can't be gone during Thanksgiving weekend anyways. So I was like, alright, we won't worry about that. So I probably will just pick, like, some totally random week, either November or December. I mean, I don't know if December would be a good time, because everybody's going to be out for Christmas shopping, and so I'll probably need to be at work for a lot of December. But if all else fails, January. Maybe I'll go visit my grandparents in January. Of course, that's like 2 to 3 months away, so not ideal, but eventually I will go visit my grandparents. And it will be fine. It'll be good. We'll just vibe. Zellaveire, what? What was the last comment you saw from me? Well, currently Zellaveire, not Veer, V. I did once have a friend that called me Vey, like V-E-I. But Zellaveire, that one's new, I think. I don't know. I've heard a lot of different, like, shortened versions of my name, but I've been called Z, Zell, Zella, Zelly. Then, of course, you know, Zellaveire, the whole thing, and then Vey, and now Zellaveire. That's like at least 7 variations. And I might be missing some, but it's at least 7 variations, which is a pretty decent amount. I like having a versatile name. You know, if I wanted to, I could even go by Ella. So, you know, another option there. Or just L. Or I don't know. I'm sure I could come up with more if I thought about it much. Yeah, I can go by all kinds of things. Good times. All right, I don't think we're getting any orders right now, but I'll probably give it another 5 to 10 minutes. If we don't see any more, I'll probably wrap up so that I can get enough sleep tonight. We'll see. We'll see. Get to the video. Get to what video? What video am I getting to? I'm just vibing. That's all I'm here to do. Vibe. Open packs if anybody orders things. Otherwise, we just vibe. Mostly. My primary job while streaming is to vibe. If I'm not vibing, then we got a problem. Zellers! I mean, yeah, Zellers. You could call me that, technically, yeah, that's I guess it's some store. Zellers. Funny. The opening Pokemon cards. So see, the way that my Rip and Ship streams work is when people order packs, I open them for them. I don't just open cards for the whole time, because I already open a ton of cards for myself. Only sometimes I open cards for myself. That's usually when a new set comes out. So I've been opening a bit of the Silver Tempest, but I found out that I won't be getting more of that till like next week. So I'm trying not to open all of my Silver Tempest packs, because I won't be able to get more for a bit longer than I was expecting. Usually we do open more packs overall on stream, but tonight's been pretty slow. I'm sure most people are out doing stuff for Halloween because, unlike me, most people do stuff on holidays. I don't. I typically just chill at my house, and that's it, because I didn't have work, which I wish I had work today. Would have made my day significantly better. It would have been better if I had work, because then I would have gotten out of my house, and then I wouldn't have to worry about finding time to take care of stuff. How do you check card authenticity as you replace some blind cards? Well, I mean, technically there's a handful of ways to check for whether or not cards are real, but I mean, for the most part, it's easy enough for me to just tell by looking at a card that it's fake. Like, literally, like, a kid could be standing like 5 feet from me and pull a card out of their binder to see if they can trade it in. I'll just be like, yeah, that one's fake. They'll be like, what? And be like, yeah, that one's very fake. Now, usually, I'm always like, I am very sorry to say, but this is actually a fake card, so we cannot accept it for a trade-in. But, I mean, for the most part, like, with ultra rares, it's the holofoiling is too dark. And it's just very obviously does not look normal. Or the back, a lot of the time the back will be the wrong, like, color. Like, the back will either be a lot darker or lighter than it's supposed to be, or another thing that I've seen is the Pokeball being upside down, because the red part is supposed to be on the top, and on a lot of fake cards, they have it flipped around so the red part's on the bottom. Though it is a little confusing because I do know of at least one situation in which a real card, most of the printings of it have the error that the Pokeball was printed upside down. But the only card that I currently am like, that I know it was like a consistent thing that happened, like it's very well documented, it's just a legit thing, is the Mew Delta species. That card was pretty consistently printed with the Pokeball upside down as like an actual error. So that of course is a difference to it, but typically you can tell by the holofoiling. So like, yeah, and we also don't accept bulk anyways, so like commons, uncommons, so we don't ever really have to worry about the authenticity of commons and uncommons because we're not gonna get like pick them up anyways. But yes, sometimes the cards will be bigger or smaller when they're fake. Another thing, like with ultra rares, I'm trying to like figure out where I even have cards on my desk. I recently put away a bunch of my cards, so now it's hard to like find anything. Where did I put them? Oh, there we go. There's an ultra rare. So see, we've got this Yugioh here. If you look closely at the holofoil, you'll see how like the background is holofoiled like slightly differently than the rest of the card. Usually the eyes on the Pokemon will kind of have like, you can see how the eye is shining separately from the rest. The holofoiling isn't just like the same over the whole card for ultra rares, and so typically that way you can tell on a lot of ultra rares. But I have not seen nearly as many fake cards for like recent stuff. I've seen almost no fake Sword and Shield era cards. The vast majority of the fake cards that I come across are from X and Y and occasionally Black and White, but I've seen little to no like Sun and Moon, though I guess I have a handful of fake Sun and Moon cards. But I guess there was one time that I did see some fake Sword and Shield cards, but it was somebody just bringing them in to ask if we could tell if they were fake, because they weren't sure and they wanted to get a refund from the place they got them from if they were fake. And I was like, yeah, these are really fake. Like, it was very, very obvious. But yeah, for the most part, you can just tell that they don't quite look right. Of course, there are some fakes that are better than others, but typically, I would say the thing that makes it the hardest to tell if a card is fake or not is if it's water damaged. Because water damage can make a normal card look completely different in terms of like the material consistency, shine, and whatnot. And so that does make it harder, but most of the time if a card is water damaged, we don't want it. So we just say, this is not one we're willing to pick up. We can't tell whether or not it's real, or we'll just say like it's too damaged for us to be interested in appraising. But if it's like a really old, really expensive card, like, you know, there are a lot of cards that even in damaged condition are still worth a lot of money, like, you know, Dark Charizards or a lot of first edition holofoils. They're still worth a decent bit, even damaged. So no, I at least have never seen anybody try to sell us vintage sealed packs. I don't know what we would do if they were. I guess that's just not really something within my jurisdiction of my position. I would have to like talk to my manager or one of the higher ups about it. So I don't really know, but I've definitely never seen that, though maybe eventually it'll happen. Like, they're fake, dude. Yeah, when I first got into Pokemon and was buying a decent bit of singles, I did run into a lot of fake cards. And one of them was actually from like a family that was just selling off their kids' Pokemon card collection. And so I didn't really look through the cards before I picked them up, but I got home and like started sorting them, and I had a friend over and they looked at them and they're like, I don't think this is a real card. And so I looked through all of them, and the whole thing that I had spent like, I don't know, probably like $80 worth of cards or something. No, it was $40 worth of cards. And we were like, yeah, these are all fake. So I like kind of brought it up. I didn't know if they were trying to scam me or whether they just didn't know. But I was like, at the time, $40, I mean, $40 still is a decent bit of money, and I was just like, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that you're trying to scam me. You probably didn't know this either, but either way, I am very uncomfortable with this. But these are not real cards, and I would really appreciate getting my money back. I'll bring them back to you in the exact condition I got them in, but like, these are not real cards. I don't know. Like, you told me they were real cards, and they're not, so I want my money back. And fortunately, I was able to get my money back. I think they were upset not because they were trying to scam me, but because they didn't know either that they were fake. But I did get my money back, so that was a relief at least. Alrighty, order. Alright, we got an order for Pokeslay, and yes, I can show you your stack afterwards. We got the Lost Origin pre-release, keep promo sealed. Let's see where those are. So, like, do you want me to keep the whole thing sealed, or just, like, the little promo part sealed? I'll wait until we get an answer on that, and I guess we can just look at your stack for now. Let me find it real quick. Reminder, we do have a lot of people's stacks expiring in the next week, so please do contact me if you think your stack is about to expire so we can get it shipped and it won't just get donated to the channel. Let's see. Nope, not in that box. Aha, there it is. I found it. Alright, so we got the super spicy Ultra Ball, a couple Charizards, some of the bulk, we got Empoleon, some more bulk ones, we got Professor's Research, the Barrel, cute little Morlul, Starly, Delphox, Lucario, Grand Bull, Radiant Gardevoir, something hiding behind Radiant Gardevoir, it's a Regigigas, and then some more bulk. Promo sealed, I'll take the reverse rare up. Perfect. So we'll go ahead and open that and keep the promo sealed for you. So Jesus, technically your stack did expire, but I do still have it. But yes, if you want your cards, this you gotta claim them, like, now. Discord me later or something. How much you owe? I'm just gonna have to check now, because I will 100% forget if I don't. I think, let's see, you're international, right, Ethan? Let's see. So it looks like you've got a really small stack of cards. So essentially you'll have two options. If you want me to ship it in a white envelope without tracking, it should just cost like $4. But if you want it tracked with shipping, it's going to cost about $13. Yeah, I think $13.50, because the prices went up 50 cents. I keep forgetting that the prices go up for the holidays. But anyways, let's go ahead and open your packs, Pokeslay, and see what we can get for you. We're starting off with the Ice Horse and a Yugioh. I love Yugioh. There's a code card. Whoosh. Then on to our next pack. Oh, it's the Pikachu! I love it. And a Poliwrath. Go ahead and sleeve Pikachu up. There we go. And a code card. Whoosh. Did not quite make it to the trash. And we're on to pack number 3. Let's see if we can get some more spice. We have a Roserade and Dugong. Code card. Whoosh. And let's see if we can get some last pack magic. We've got Slugma. Ooh, and a Hisuian Zoroark V-Star. I would definitely say that was a solid way to finish off. Get that last code card there. Whoosh. And yeah, I would say that was pretty solid. Got the nice Pikachu and Zoroark. And we'll get your little promo pack added into your stack as well. Let's see. There we go. I think a regular envelope. Yeah, that sounds perfect. I can get it shipped out probably tomorrow with the rest of the shipping that I'm working on. Yeah, I haven't had any issues before with sending international stuff in a white envelope. It's kind of funny. I feel like white envelope shipping is almost more consistent internationally. Like, I've had stuff arrive faster with the white envelope over shipped with tracking internationally before. I don't really know why, but it has happened that way quite a few times. Alrighty, let me check real quick if we've got any other orders. If not, we will proceed to vibing for a little bit longer. Let's see. Oh yes, it's already almost been a 2-hour stream. It's like 5 minutes till 2 a.m. So we'll probably give it like 10 more minutes, and then yeah, I think 10 minutes, and we'll call it a night after that, so that I can get to work on time. Cause yeah, I do have to open tomorrow, which is a pretty good thing to be there on time for. Let's see, I'm gonna move this box real quick. Get a quick drink of, I don't have lemonade, but I have Sprite tonight. And I'm gonna try not to ruin my makeup while I take a drink. It's very, very room temperature. Quite noticeably room temperature Sprite. The last one pretty fast. That is what we like. We like when stuff arrives quickly. I appreciate speedy international shipping. I mean, I appreciate any shipping that's fast. When it's really slow, it always makes me kind of sad. I'm just like, I just want people to have their spicy cards. I'm trying to, like, I know there's been a couple of times where I think it took like a month to a month and a half for people to get their stuff. And I'm like, that's just way too long. Like, that's way too long for me to have to worry about making sure they get it. That's way too long to wait if you just want your spicy cards. But I think there's been a couple of times where the international shipping's been like a week and a half, and I'm like, that is very reasonable. I like that much more. And I mean, I've had stuff within the United States in a white envelope. I think the fastest that I've seen it like arrive has been like 2-ish days, which that's faster than some tracked shipping. So I mean, of course, the times that it's been really fast like that for white envelope shipping is usually when it's like within the same state, or if it's going to California. I don't know. I think it's probably just because so much stuff is always being shipped back and forth between California, so they probably just have a lot faster method for it to get there. But the shipping is usually pretty quick to California. Like, it's very, very fast. Code vultures at it again. Sad times. I would throw some more on screen, but I don't know that I have any extras on my desk at the moment. They're all hiding elsewhere. And I don't want to try to find them, because if I'm like looking around, I'll just like knock my hood off and then my hair will get super frizzy. That's one of the very few downsides to this costume. Makes my hair super messy, and that's not the most fun. My hair is just static. Yeah, I don't love it when my hair is all static. But, you know, for the sake of Mimikyu, it's not all that bad. Just a little bit inconvenient. Okay, so should I finally show you guys the magic stuff that I was talking about like a half hour ago? I'll show you guys the sets that I am thinking about picking up. So the first one is Time Spiral Remastered, which is a really exciting set. I've only ever opened, I think, 4 packs of it before, but I pulled a whole bunch of the best cards in the set within those 4 packs. It was insane, but it's a really good set. Yeah, from the 4 packs I opened, I pulled Gemstone Caverns and Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth, which are both $30 to $40 cards. Just 3rd and 4th best cards in the set. I also pulled Kiki Jiki, like a $10 to $15 card. Leyline of the Void, about $10. Pact of Negation, also about $10. All of those within 4 packs. It was insane. How much would shipping be? I think your shipping Pokesize is probably gonna be, I think $8. It's just a little bit bigger of a stack. Yeah. Or $7.50. I think $7.50 should be fine. But yeah, so this is the first one that I'm thinking about. It's got a lot of like regular-ish cards in it that are really good too. A lot of just like classic cards that are good for a very large variety of decks. So like, yeah, it's a wonderful set. And obviously I've had great luck with it in the past. Plus some of the foils are extremely expensive. Like this one is like a $6 card, $10 foil. $4 added value for being in foil is pretty solid. There's randomly some, I wonder what the Mystic Sanctuary is. This is my favorite. So, $3 card, but if you pull it in foil, it becomes a $120 card. That is a very, very large increase in price. I love that. This is my favorite when things are randomly worth like $100 just because they're foil. Amazing. So yeah, the foils in this set can get very, very expensive. I also pulled a $30 foil from the packs from the 4 packs. So not quite $100 foil, but I did pull a $30 foil. But yeah, so it's a pretty wild set. I wonder what Dovin's Veto foil is. $60. So like, it's kind of a hard set to lose with. It's not one of those sets where there's a foil in every pack, but there's enough foils. Like, see, this was the one that I pulled in foil. The Nature's Claim, which I think is around like 35 on average in foil. But yeah, so it's got some wild stuff that some of it gets really, really expensive. I wonder if this one's worth anything. I think that was like $10 foil. I think the ones that are worth the most in foil are the ones with these retro frames. They look like the original frames. The one with the newer frames aren't quite as much. But yeah, so it's a fun set, and it's got a ton of cards that are just incredibly nice to have on hand. And then the next set I'm thinking about getting more of. I'm sure it's no surprise for those of you that listen to me talk about Magic. I want more double feature. Mihawk Masker has really gone back down. It kind of went up for a quick second. The market price is only $75, but for a while, like the lowest you could buy it for was $100. But then they banned the card in Standard, so it went back down to kind of where it was before. I mean, it's still a really great card, and it's legal in Commander, so I can play it, which is what's important. But yeah, this one it was on my desk. Oh, it's still here. I pulled the foil of, you can see kind of on the side, and its foil is worth about $200 more than the normal one. So yeah, from like a $60 card to, I guess those are those are lightly played, yeah, about $250. And I pulled it. It's pretty great. I'm great at pulling expensive foil Magic cards. But yeah, so that one's got a Meat Hook, which I can always use more of. I need a Cultivator Colossus, because the only one I ever pulled was a foil one, which is like a $100 card, so of course I sold it so that I could try to buy more packs to get a $20 one, but I never pulled the $20 one, only the really expensive one. Toxrill is funny, and he's going up in price. Chandra is pretty fun. You have a lot of these really nice lands that are always great to have extras of. Teferi is nice. You get Sorin. A a lot of other cards that have recently been going up in price for like standard and stuff. So it's got a lot of great stuff, and it's another set where the foils are hilariously better. I guess this one's only like a $6 to $9 difference, but yeah, there's a lot of very, very expensive foils in the set. So for that reason, I want to open more of that. So the foil costs more. A lot of it is because pretty much it's the most, these packs were already more expensive than regular packs because they were made as a special collectible type thing. So they're more expensive to get the cards at all. And then yeah, you do get one foil per pack, but because this set is a combination of cards from 2 different sets. So there's like, how many cards are in this set? There are 534 different cards in the set. So when you buy a booster box for about $200 with 24 packs in it, there is an extremely low chance that you're going to pull the foils that you want. And so the foils, the good foils, the foils that everybody wants, are extremely expensive because they're super duper hard to find. So they're just like really good versions of the card. Sent for shipping, perfect. I should be able to get that out tomorrow as well. But yeah, so that's double feature, and it does have a handful of cards I need from it as well for decks, so it's pretty tempting to get that. But then the third set that I want to open more of is I kind of want to get a collector's booster box of Baldur's Gate. Right now they're really low. They're at $150 for the whole booster box, which is a really great price because originally they were at like $250 when the set came out. But it's got a lot of incredible cards in it, especially the Ancient Copper Dragon, which is a card that I have one regular copy of it, but I need 2 more because I had 2 different decks that also need one. And so it's pretty expensive too, so it's hard to find and afford and want to buy as just a single. But I would love to try to pull another one of those. It's also got Black Market Connections, which is an incredibly playable card. It's quite popular right now. It's like a card you can't go wrong with, you know? It's a really good one. Then you've got like all of the other dragons. You've got a couple really good planeswalkers. Like, it's just, there's a lot of really fun, really good stuff. And it's a commander set, so it's all centered around commander, which is what I play. Wow, the delayed fire blast. I think that's gone up. Oh yeah, just whoop. It was like a $4 card about a week ago, and now it is like $11. Nice. I better try to see if I have any of these. Oh, wait, I didn't check if there's other foil ones. And if there are foils, how expensive are the foils? Oh, there aren't. That's sad. There's no foil printing. Very sad times. For some reason, there's just random cards that they did not print in foil. Like the Black Market Connections, I don't think they printed in foil either. It's really sad. But, you know, at least they gave us the borderless ones. But, yeah, it's got a lot of great cards in it. Tons of stuff that I could use for decks. So, that is the third option. And it's also one with a few of the random foils that are, like, worth way more. Like, there's 3 visits, I think. Oh, wait, no, that's one of the ones that doesn't have a foil. But it is still a really expensive, it's an uncommon that's like $6. Herald's Horn uncommon like $7. It's got some really good stuff in it. Now where was the card I was thinking about? I'll know it when I see it. Oh, though I think this one only comes in non-holo too. Where is the card? It's somewhere. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe I went past it. I'm so confused now. Can't find the one I wanted to show you guys. It's just, oh, this one was kind of wild in foil, at least for a while, but it's gone back down. But for a while, the foil went up to $8 pretty crazy. I should have sold my foil one when it was $8, because now the foil is like almost the same price as the regular one. But there's a chance that it'll go back. Look at this grab. So chaotic. But there's a chance it'll go back up someday, so. And I mean, either way, it's a card that's very playable in like every commander deck, so it's nothing wrong with having more of them. Some of these gates are randomly kind of expensive in foil too. This one's like a $1 card, but $3 in foil. It's pretty alright. Though I haven't found the one that I wanted to show you guys. I don't know where it is. I may have just skipped it. Unless it just went down in price a lot and that's why I can't find it. Maybe a little disappointing. But it could be the case. But yeah, so those are the 3 sets that I've been thinking about buying a box of. Of course, I'd only be able to get one of them though. And I don't know how to decide, because they put Xenagos in here? Huh, didn't know that. Oh, it's because they put it in a deck. This is one of the sets where the decks that they did for it had just the same set symbol as the regular set, since they're commander decks and it's a commander set, and they're like, this is fine. But I do also, at some point, want to just buy a regular Commander Legends box again, because it's such a great set too. It's, you know, the original Commander Legends, got some kind of crazy cards in here, like the Jeweled Lotus. Regular printing's like $150, the full printing is about $800. So, you know, when you can open a set and try to pull an $800 card, it's why not? It's insane. Probably wouldn't pull that out of the regular draft pack, but that is why the collector pack is $500, because you can pull an $800 card out of it. But yeah, the regular box, you can still pull. The last box I opened of this set, I did pull a regular Jeweled Lotus, but it's about $50 more in foil, which is not bad at all. So definitely some good stuff you can pull. You also got the Vampiric Tutor, and Timna's really good. Dang, she's gone up. She was like a $20 card. Oh yeah, see, she just whoop. I actually got one of these Timnas probably like in August maybe, when it was like 25, but now it's at like 35, so that's pretty neato. But it's a great card, so no surprise that it's gone up in value. But yeah, you've also got the Vampiric Tutor, which I haven't pulled one yet, so I really want one. Sakashima is cool. I have the non-foilet Sakashima. Mana Drain is another great card. Ramos is pretty silly. I wouldn't mind pulling one of those. Jessica's Will is a great card. See, there's the regular Sakashima that I've got. I also need the Commander's Plate and the Scroll Rack. I haven't pulled those two before. The Razios is pretty wild. Apex Devastator is just always fun. I only have one. I want more. Always need more Apex Devastators. It's got Opposition Agent, which is such a classic. People get so like obsessed with Opposition Agent. It's funny. But yeah, it's just full of so many good cards for the format of the game that I play the most. So, and it also has random like commons and uncommons that are borderless, and they're so pretty. And then you can also pull them in foil for like $20, which is delightful. I love it. But yeah, so there's way too many magic boxes that I want to buy, but I've decided I'll get at least one of them for myself, like, in the next week. I just don't know which one to get, so I've got to decide. I'll probably ask my commander friends what they think I should get, and then ponder it for, like, I'll probably end up thinking for, like, 2 weeks before I actually get anything, but maybe I'll get it this week. Anyways, I'm just glancing at orders, and I don't think we've got any more, so I think I'm probably just gonna wrap up for the night. It's definitely been a fun one. I should be streaming tomorrow as well, and yeah, I think that is all for tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time. Oh, and happy Halloween.